Hey, yo, welcome back. Welcome back. This is not a podcast. It's just my thoughts with Rob Markman. Still talking Grammys, right? It's Monday night. Last night was the 67th annual Grammy Awards. And I'm not going to lie, it was the best Grammy show I've seen in a long time. I wonder if y'all feel the same way. Definitely hit me in the comments. Let me know if you felt like this was the best one. Definitely want to know what y'all think, what y'all favorite parts were. We did a watch party with our monthly music members, man. Shout out to everybody in the monthly music club. We got our own Discord where we just talk about things on the daily, and every Sunday we do a live stream with just us, and we're all on camera and we talk music. Yesterday turned it into a watch party and streamed the Grammys together and just watched it, said our comments, laughed, joked. So shout out to A. Quincy Jones, who we found out last night was named after his dad, but his dad was named after Quincy Jones. That was a cool fact. Shout out to Hive. Shout out to Mike Junn. Shout out to Dwaylen. Shout out to James B. He was there for a little bit. Issa showed up for a little bit. We had fun, man. So shout out to the gang. Definitely, if you feel like joining the monthly music club, that join button is right there, man. But shout out to everybody, man. But no matter how you come here, like whether you just watch, if you subscribe, love you a little bit more than if you just watch. If you subscribe, I love you. If you're part of the community level membership, love you. If you're part of the monthly music club, love you. But really just love however y'all show up, man. It's all good with me. So we know about the Kendrick Lamar sweep. 5 awards for Not Like Us: Best Rap Song, Best Rap Performance, Best Music Video, Song of the Year, Record of the Year. I'm not gonna spend too much time here. I did 2 videos on that already yesterday. No need to do another one on that. Super Bowl's coming up, so we're gonna have plenty of Kendrick stuff to talk about during the week and next week as well. But historic night for hip hop. His speeches were heartfelt. He kept it classy. He didn't really kick Drake's back in. The Canadian tuxedo was a funny troll though, but it wasn't really mean. Didn't really kick his back in. The whole crowd singing A minor was wild, but Diana Ross giving him the award after he sampled the Wiz on Euphoria. Of course, Diana Ross was in that movie. She played Dorothy. That was super cool, and I don't think that was intentional. I think that was just somehow the universe. But overall, great night. Shout out to Kendrick for the big one. It's a night that I think hip-hop will never forget. Beyonce winning Album of the Year for Cowboy Carter was dope. I did a Cowboy Carter video last year when that album dropped and really enjoyed that album. It was dope to see B finally get her Album of the Year award after years of being shut out. And remember last year, Jay-Z made a speech and talked about Beyonce not ever getting the award, and she got it last year. So Jay put that pressure on, but it was well deserved. I don't know if you could tell, but like I don't listen really to country music at all. I didn't know much about it, but I appreciate Cowboy Carter and the fact that it put me on to something new. I learned about like legends like Linda Martell and other black country pioneers. So besides just being dope music, I think Cowboy Carter was like an entry point for a lot of people to discover country music or even rediscover, because once I dove into more country music last year, I was like, oh, I know a lot more songs than I thought I knew. I know a lot more artists than I thought I knew. So shout out to Beyonce, man. And I love when she talked about, in her acceptance speech, she talked about pushing forward, opening doors, especially after she was shut out of the CMAs. I think it was just dope to see that. And then that brings me to Taylor Swift, man. Now Beyonce beat out Taylor Swift in that category, and we're used to seeing Taylor win all the awards, and you can't front. Yo, I don't care what you think about her music. That woman works hard. And here's what I appreciate about Taylor at these award shows. Does she come to win? I'm sure she comes to win. I'm sure she wants those awards. I'm sure she wants to add to what she already has. But above all else, it seems like she just comes to have a good time, right? Like you watching the crowd, she was dancing the whole night, man. She grabbed Janelle Monáe's Michael Jackson jacket out of the air and put it on and was dancing. She was dancing to Not Like Us. And when B won, she toasted with Hov. Did a toast. Like, I know Taylor gets a lot of hate, man, but it doesn't look like she be tripping at all, man. It looks like she goes out there to have a good time, to party, to be with artists, to just like, man, she just looks so happy, man. Shout out to Taylor Swift, man. I think that's the way you do it, man. I think a lot of times at these awards, definitely competitive, right? But Like all of these artists are blessed. So, man, I just wanted to shout Taylor Swift for that, man. Keep doing you. I think it was dope to see the Weeknd back on the Grammy stage. Obviously, he dropped Hurry Up Tomorrow. We're going to talk about that later in the week. I've been sitting with that album. It's a long album. I've been sitting with that album, though. But he boycotted after his After Hours album that received 0 nominations, and he accused the Grammys of corruption. And throughout the program, if you notice, last night the Grammys were trying to be more transparent about their process. And one of the chairmen kind of spoke before the Weeknd and said, hey, he was okay with the criticism. The criticism helps him get better. So Weeknd went up there and started singing. He sung Cry For Me, and he sung Timeless with Cardi. So I thought it was dope to see the Weeknd up there. I wasn't feeling Cardi's performance. My bad, y'all. Like, I just need vocals. I just think when you're on that stage with that many people watching, like we need a real performance. I think we need real vocals, man. So I wasn't a fan of Cardi's performance last night. I thought the Weeknd did great. Doechii winning Rap Album of the Year was dope to me. Now, I went on record when I did my prediction videos, and I thought that Future and Metro were gonna get it, and they deserved a shot because of the impact they had last year with that album, man. Metro and Future was super impactful with their album. They pair of albums, but really the first one. But the way Doechii turned up Alligator Bites Never Heal towards the end of the year was just super inspiring. First of all, the album was dope. Off the rip, the album was dope. I don't care how much it sold. I don't care how much award it wins. The album is dope on its own. It's a dope piece of music. But she also worked for it, right? She didn't abandon it. Her label, TDE, they didn't abandon it after selling. I think they sold like 11K the first week. The album just grew and grew and grew, and Doechii won. She campaigned for that. She really worked for that. She really put herself in position. The Denial Is a River video was dope. The NPR performance, the thing that she did with my team over at Genius and Open Mic with her and Issa Rae, that was dope. Like, Doechii kept reminding us after the album dropped, yo, I'm here. I'm a fucking dope ass artist. And I have this album, and you need to check it out. She kept hitting us and hitting us and hitting us. And I think that work, that grind that she put in, if I'm guessing, like, convinced Grammy voters, oh, man, like we want to vote for her. And she got that award. So, well-deserved. And, I liked Cardi B gave her award. And when she won, she talked about being the third woman to win that award. So Cardi won for Invasion of Privacy, right? And Lauryn Hill won as a part of the Fugees when they won for The Score back in the day. I think that was like 97 when they won that. Score came out in 96, so I'm sure Fugees won in like 97. And then Doechii's performance was fire. I feel like Doechii would be an incredible opening act for SZA and Kendrick, or Kendrick and SZA, because Kendrick's tour, Kendrick and SZA, or they co-headlining, but Kendrick and SZA, the GNX tour, right? So it's Kendrick, it's SZA, and I think a nice opening act would be Doechii. One, they keep it a family affairs, TDE, it's all in the family, and I think a run like that will help Doechii get more fans. Like I think the more Doechii gets to perform, because she's very intentional when she performs. I think the more she gets to perform, the more you see her on stage. And shout out to Miss Milan. Her DJ Miss Milan is incredible and is an incredible part of that performance. Every night when they get on stage, I think the more people that see Doechii perform, the more you love her. I think that is one of her superpowers. So we'll see if she shows up on that GNX tour. Another thing that stood out to me was that round of best new artist performances that they did when it was like Benson Boone. The man came out with the Freddie Mercury fit on. He hit the vocals. He definitely sounded good live. He did the flip off of the piano. I was scared for him. I'm like, yo, he is doing the most. But shout out to Benson Boone. I felt like he was like, yo, this is my moment. I'm about to make these people notice me if you didn't know who I was already, because he had a big record. He did his thing. Teddy Swim sounded phenomenal. Shabuzi did really good. Ray did really well. I just liked how they did that best new artist, how they just had him perform back to back to back to back to back to back. I thought that was cool. Kind of reminded me of like, I was thinking like next year they should do it like the Apollo style, and you determine the winner best by who has the best performance. But I thought they all kind of did their thing. Chappell Roan won Best New Artist award, and she had a dope speech, and she talked to the labels. She really had a heartfelt speech when she talked about the label supporting artists, especially up and coming and developing artists, with livable wages and health insurance. I thought that was amazing. And then, she ended her speech on, she said, yo, to the labels, we got you, but do you got us? I thought that was incredibly powerful. It'll be interesting to see in the year to come how that speech hopefully changes things. Let's see. But shout out to Chappell Roan for using that space to say something even bigger than her. It was personal to her because she went through it, but it was something to benefit all artists. One moment that was terrible for me, and it wasn't during the award show, it was on the carpet before the show, is when the Associated Press was speaking to Babyface. And during the middle of his answer, during the middle of his interview, the interviewer interrupted him and called out to Chappell Roan to come do an interview while Babyface was talking. Face just like class act, excused himself, and then let her go do the interview that she wanted to do. Clearly not Chappell's fault. This has nothing to do with Chappell Roan. I don't even think she really knew what was going on. But I say I worked a ton of red carpets in my career, and that was just rude. That was just crazy etiquette, man. I know the pressure to get all the high profile interviews. I mean, I worked carpets, VMAs, like I worked a ton of red carpets, man. I've interviewed a lot, oh man, like I'm just going off the top of my head. Like, I interviewed Jay-Z on the red carpet. First time I interviewed Jay, like Lil Wayne on the red carpet. Like I just know how those high pressure moments are, you know what I'm saying? And you're competing with everybody next to you and you're competing for all these artists, but you don't interrupt anybody like that. And if you miss Chappell, you miss her. Better luck next time. Like, I'm gonna do a whole separate video on that on my IG, but that moment disappointed me. And of course, Babyface is a legend. Babyface has contributed so much to music as a songwriter, as a producer, as an artist himself. Babyface is incredible. He deserved better. And AP apologized, and that reporter apologized to him. So that's a step in the right direction. But I just hated seeing that. SZA won Best R&B Song for Saturn. Which I thought was dope. So TDE took home a lot of hardware. I mean, between SZA and Doechii, and then Kendrick is technically PG Lang now, but he's TDE fam. And Kendrick got up there and thanked all the Black Hippie and thanked Punch and all the artists that inspired him. So TDE had a big night, but SZA won Best R&B Song for Saturn. I thought that was dope, especially after SOS. SZA definitely deserves the awards. Also, go see One of Them Days. I saw One of Them Days. I went to the movie theater. I went by myself to the movie theater to see One of Them Days last week, and it was a fun movie. So check that out if you haven't checked it out. If you checked it out, let me know what you thought. I love Alicia Keys getting the Global Impact Award. That's the Dr. Dre Award, right? I'm a big Alicia Keys fan, man. I was driving, listening to her catalog the other day. Alicia Keys has such an incredible catalog. She's such an incredible person. And I've had the pleasure of interviewing her and interacting with her and working with her a bit. And Alicia is just so dope. So it was dope to see her get that moment. And I really thought it was important. Again, like the whole world is watching. So for her to use that stage and when she said DEI is not a threat, it's a gift. With everything that's going on in this country right now, with the new presidency with Trump and how they're trying to dismantle DEI and really paint the concept of diversity and inclusion and equity as something bad or something not earned or something that makes planes crash, and stuff like that is really disheartening and disgusting. So shout out to Alicia for actually using the platform to say what she had to say. And again, did it in the classy way, but made sure her message got through and said her message strong. DEI is not a threat, it's a gift. So I was all for that. Those are things that stood out to me off the top. I think it was a really, really dope award show. Also love to see, Sabrina Carpenter had a big year. She had her award. Her performance was really fun too. I'm not gonna sit here like I'm the biggest Sabrina Carpenter fan. But I respect the songs. I respect the impact of those songs. I respect how she's grown as a performer. She's been doing this for years. So that was a dope thing too. I thought the Quincy tribute was really cool. It was dope to see Stevie Wonder. Shout out to Stevie, man. Like, what I mean? Just one of the legends, and Herbie Hancock and just everybody who tributed to Quincy and Will Smith and have Will Smith get up there and tell his story. I thought that was incredible. Man, I didn't know what to expect from the show, but it was the best Grammys I've seen in a while. But let me know what you think in the comments. What were your favorite parts of the Grammys? What did you think of the Grammys this year? All right? Hit me up. Till the next time. Peace.